Okay, so we're doing basically what I would call a just kind of a regular haircut with a bald taper around the edges with a beard trim. So right here I'm using a 2-blade, getting the bulk out of there, just going up and out, getting rid of the bulk. That's basically the same method I use on every haircut, as getting majority of the bulk out of the way first, but you can see that I'm blending it fairly well just from this point, so I don't have a lot of blending work to do later. Then I'm going to go through the top, cut that with my shears and my comb, and that'll kind of blend it a little bit too. Just, personally I like to get as much of the bulk out of there and then start to do my taper or fade, or whatever you want to call it, depending on the haircut, I guess, into which is basically a finished haircut. See, Jake's got those weird bangs there that like to flip around, so I had to hit it with the backhand. It's kind of got that spot right there too. You can see it right there. It likes to hang over, so we gotta mess with that a little bit later. He doesn't actually put a part in there though, just kind of pushes it over. So now clipper over comb, gonna blend that in. I like to use each clipper as little as possible. And what I mean by that is try to do everything I need to do with it while it's in my hand. So we're just blending this here. You can see he's got kind of those rolls, I guess you would call them, in the back of his neck. A lot of people have. There's one, you see that one lower than that one up higher. That's kind of where I want it to blend, so I'm not exposing that. And now I'm gonna go right into the beard trim here and start lining it. But I'm also gonna line his haircut as well, so kind of that theory of using the clippers as much as possible for one thing. And also with the taper, I like to do my hairline first. And his beard's really not that bad, so this is just kind of more touching it up and fading it into the haircut. Just gonna line this up here. And you can see, obviously this is one of my good friends. I've cut his hair a million times, but you can see where he's really comfortable. I think a lot of being a good barber or a stylist is more than just the haircut. I've worked with and seen people who can cut really good hair, but you feel like you got done fighting Conor McGregor after you get out of their chair. So just be really conscious of, you don't need to push hard. The clippers will do the work. Now here, this is a 1.5, so I'm going to kind of blend the beard and the hair with the 1.5 up into what I've already cut and blended. Like I say, I kind of work in reverse from, barber school, or the theory is always start up and then start at the bottom and work your way up. And that, I do it opposite. So here's a 3/0. I'm just going to blend that from the beard into the hair, just a little bit over the ear, because I still want to keep the hairline. This is a 0 guard. I get my pack up with my Oster there, my speed lines. Really the only guard I like to use. That guard is really, really good though, in between a coarse clipper and a 1.5. I'm gonna do the same on this side. Hit it with the liners, ball it out. Hit it with a 3 out here. Knock that line out. Also while blending down into the beard. And I can tell the length of his beard about what blade it would be, so I already know what I'm going to go in at with what blade and what clipper, just because of cutting hair for so long. I can just tell the length. So this is that guard again, knocking down the edges with that because I used a 1.5, so that's going to be a little bit shorter. Now we're going to do the back. It's a 3/0, blending up and out. Coarse clipper. And you can see that already looks pretty good, but you put this guard on there and it just makes all the difference in the world. Obviously on the neck, you're gonna have hairs growing different ways, so you gotta hit it at different angles. I'm gonna go back here with my 1.5, just to make sure I got her up high enough, make sure I didn't miss any hairs. You can see we're pretty much blended into the beard now. I'm gonna fine tune it with my shears, not taking a lot of hair off, just fine tuning. Really don't even see or feel any hair coming off. Just nipping the ends. That right there is the difference between a really good looking haircut and a good looking haircut. That little extra bit of just fine tuning it, even though it doesn't seem like you're doing much, can make all the difference in the world. I use my hair dryer a lot. A lot of barbers don't. I think it's your most important tool. Mainly I like to use it to blow the hair out of the head of hair and off the person. Another thing, I'm just lining up this bottom part here. Start at the middle, work your way to one side or the other, same as when you're lining the front of somebody's head. I notice when with stylists, and I think it's because, you know, with girls, they don't get their hair cut short, and they're not conscious of wiping the hair off of a guy's face, which can be really, really annoying. So I try to be really conscious of, because being a guy, I get my hair cut, and that's really annoying. So always trying to keep the hair off of people. Now I'm just freehanding this, just shaping it up, knocking off the long ones. Just touching it up. Kind of the same thing with the fine tuning on the shearing comb on the hair. Just doing it with the 3/0 there. Just knocking off the long ones with the beard. And the thing with a beard is you can sit there and do that for hours. And with a beard, it's never going to be absolutely, you're not going to get every single one. Lining up the mustache. That's gonna about be the haircut there with the beard trim. And clean up the neck with the straight razor. I'm a big fan of using the straight razor. I know that it really only gives you maybe a day or two extra, but it's just the nostalgia of it, and just people seem to love it. So that's that. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. You can follow me on Instagram, Barber Chris MTP. And I hope this helps some people out. Jake loves that talcum powder, so I gotta lather him up with that. All right, thank you. Take care.